Studies have shown that meditation is most beneficial to our brain and our health when it lasts for at least 20 minutes. So today I'm going to share with you some tips on sitting in meditation longer. So by the end of this video, you can sit in meditation longer and actually love it. I'm Dr. Tiffany Shelton-Mariol, PhD in clinical psychology and owner of Conscious Life Shop. And I post weekly videos on how to create peace in your life, mind, brain, and spirit. So please subscribe if you're interested in getting a little bit more peace in your life. I'm gonna just jump right into these tips. So I just wanna say, don't worry about taking notes because I have a link in the description with all these tips in a nice blog for you, everything written out, and also some more specific information on how to meditate longer. So be sure to click the link in the description below. Okay, my first tip is to carve out time. I want you to replace the phrase, I don't have time, with I'm gonna make time. And I want you to carve out your goal amount of time. Let's say it's 20 or 30 minutes to meditate. For me, I meditate in the morning. Carve out that time in the morning when you're gonna meditate and make it a non-negotiable space. That is your meditation time. So if you are at only meditating 5 or 10 minutes now, you have your time to meditate. And even if you don't use the full time to meditate, you spend the rest of the time either reading spiritual texts, journaling, or doing a gratitude practice. And that way you're used to sitting on your meditation cushion every day for that set amount of time. So that's my first tip, is just to carve out the time and you'll eventually be able to fill it. The second tip is to add time in 3-minute increments. This is because our mind isn't intimidated by 3-minute increments. If we try to make large jumps, that's when we run into trouble and we eventually quit. So take the steps and the changes small and just slowly add 3 minutes. So you say you go from 5 to 8 minutes, then you go from 8 to 11, and so on. So you can gradually get used to it and kind of trick your brain into meditating longer. It's kind of like if you think about when you haven't gone to the gym for a while and you go back to the gym and you kind of go too hard in the paint at the beginning, and then you end up not going anymore because you're so sore and you just kind of you bit off more than you can chew and kind of got frustrated with the process. But if you go in there, you go lightly, you make small goals, you can build yourself up and you can keep going. So you're gonna apply that same theory to your meditation practice. My third tip is to get connected to your why. Why do you want to meditate longer? Are you into the yummy benefits of actually getting to a deep meditation? Are you looking to expand your practice and your time spent with your true self? Write down your reason for wanting to meditate longer, and then once you get connected with your why, this is going to help motivate you to keep going with your goal to meditate longer. So passion is the key to every goal, and so make sure you're staying connected with your why. So far, if you're vibing with these tips, please write a comment in the description with how you plan on using these tips and why you want to meditate longer. And if you have some questions about the tips that I've said so far, just comment below and I always get back to comments and I'll write you back. My fourth tip is to practice self-compassion. I don't want us to get into the frame or the mindset that or the Western mindset of looking at meditation as a success or a failure. It's not that at all. It's a growth practice. You're constantly growing in, and that's why it's called a meditation practice, because you're constantly practicing it. So be gentle with yourself on those days that you can't find time or when you want to meditate longer. And self-compassion is a mindfulness practice in and of itself. So see if those days where you can't sit longer, if you can offer yourself some kindness, and if maybe look at it from a point of curiosity and maybe ask, like, why am I so restless? Are there any triggers that are going on? Are there any physical things that are going on? And just take it as a learning lesson. So just be kind and gentle with yourself. And another last thing that would really help you sit longer is having a sacred space. I have a video on my channel, which I'll link below, on how to create a sacred space, even in a small space, but this creates like a container for your practice, and it really allows you to sit more frequently and to sit for longer periods of time. So I really suggest getting a sacred space and setting it up, and then you'll really appreciate having a placeholder for your spiritual practice. So those are all my tips on how to meditate longer. I hope you like them. I hope you use them. Comment any questions below. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram. I'm really active on Instagram, so we can connect and talk and communicate with each other. It is @_Tiffany Shelton. Thanks for watching one of my videos, and namaste.